Yes.
You know, and courting happens before you get married. You never show up at a girl and tell her, you proposed. Who does that?
First. You court
You
first.
court.
Yes.
You ask her out for a date. You know, you go out on several dates.
Oh, yeah.
You buy her a gift. You introduce her to your friends.
Buy so many coffee.
You know, take her to your parents.
Yes,
you know,
it's a process.
It's a process before you eventually propose to her.
Yes.
So I don't.
You say that I'm aware.
You are aware.
Sometimes we have a problem.
Yes.
But we actually don't know that we have a problem.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time.
Yes.
Where you go like, wow, I've been struggling with this and
thing.
this, and so there's actually
There's
something.
a solution. Yes.
You get.
Yeah.
And so what I do, because I'm an educated customer, I won't do an impulse buying. I'll go and do a little bit of research, and then I get to know who is who.
Yep.
Wow. Good.
You know, when people go on Google and they type words, they're searching for something.
Yes.
You know, very smart marketers know how to analyze what keywords or phrases that people are searching for a particular industry. And nowadays there are tools that can be able to tell you what those search phrases are for every industry. Then you craft your content around that. And you see, the moment you do that also, you are able to incentivize Google that aggregates all this content to be able to list your content as the most appropriate, because it's like 100% matches what people are looking at.
You are watching The Convo with Dr. Frida and James Wetu. Convo, encouraging conversation that matter.
My name is James Wetu, and this is Convo, a platform where we hope that to inspire you to be the best version of yourself. And if you're learning business, we hope that you find the content that we are sharing very valuable. Today, we're going to be talking about content marketing. It's a series that we started last year, and I'll be sharing with you the link. If you didn't manage to catch up the conversation we started, I'm going to share the link here so that you can follow up and catch up with us. We started this conversation last year. And the desire, our desire when we have this conversation is that for the people who are doing businesses, for the people who are starting up, that they be able to compete effectively when it comes to social media. And I know everything, you know, we said last time that marketing has been so much been disrupted. And you find that social media has become now a norm to do, you know, your business online and sell your merchandise, sell your services, you know, sell everything that you have online. But remember, it's still clouded. And for you to stand out in this cloud, you need to be very strategic. And we decided that we're going to share with you areas that you can, you know, improve on, skills that you can acquire. We will give you hunches so that you become more effective when you're doing your business online. So we said content market, anytime you are, you know, posting a video, a meme, your photo, or writing an update on your, you know, Facebook or Twitter, that is content. That is content. And so what you're doing, if you're more strategic about the content that you're creating, you're actually communicating with your, you know, clients and all that stuff. And so we want to delve in these areas. So I don't know, something spectacular that was mentioned the last time is that people hate being sold to. You know, no one want to, you know, you want to bump someone and you start selling to them. People want to build trust with you. People want to be able to trust you. And how do people build trust? You create a relationship. Content marketing become the best effective method where you can build a relationship and build trust with your client. And you know what? When a client trusts you, he'll do business with you. So today, I'm joined again by my friend Steve. He has become a local name on Convo. Steve, you're so much welcome.
Thank you, James.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Wow, we've not met this
We've
week.
not met
We've
physically.
Not. Yes.
Yes. We met virtually.
Speaking.
Yes.
Wow, karibu sana.
Asante
It's
sana.
good to see you.
Good to see you too.
After a huge break.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
well-deserved break.
Yes.
Yes.
So how have you been? How is your New Year?
Started off well.
Okay.
Rather busy.
Okay.
I think there's a project that I hadn't wrapped up last year.
Oh yeah.
So that's what has kept me busy.
Okay.
In fact, I've been telling my wife that I'm yet to plan my year.
Chances are maybe for you it's a continuation.
Yeah, so for me, it's
happened,
more or less a continuation of last year.
Yes.
But I have certain things that I'm cooking up.
Okay.
And God willing, I'm hoping I'll be able to, you know, make headway.
All right.
In as far as those projects are concerned.
Yes.
But all in all, I'm fine,
Well,
thank you. Yes.
Great. You know, January is the time so many people start creating goals, resolutions, you know, and we all have a place in it. But again, welcome so much. I'm looking forward to today's conversation.
Very interesting conversation.
Yes, a continuation of what we started.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. So, Steve, without really wasting a lot of time, and maybe you would help us maybe link up what we said content marketing is, so that maybe my viewer could understand what you are talking about.
Well, yeah, content marketing is a very important aspect of digital marketing.
Yes.
I think you rightfully said it when you're introducing today's session.
Yeah.
And well, content marketing is all about creating and publishing valuable content.
Sure.
You know, to be able to attract and to retain your ideal customers. Of course, with the goal of driving profitable you know, business, customer actions at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
As you rightly said, right now in the marketplace, you know, people are doing a lot of things, you know, and everyone is shouting on top of their...
Oh yeah. There's so much activity.
You know, there's so much activity on social media. Now, as you talked about COVID and what we experienced last year. Yeah. As a result of the, you know, like the lockdowns and everything. So really, a lot of people took up to online marketing.
Yes.
You know, so there's a lot of buzz and a lot of noise in the marketplace. You know, people are trying to establish their foothold. You know, and I think this is a very important topic because now it equips such people with sort of like a strategy and a plan on how you can be able to do it effectively. You know, you said marketing is about making your brand or your business stand out. You know, in the midst of the other people in the marketplace and your competitors. And so content marketing is a tool or rather methodology that you can use to set yourself apart. You know, in promoting your brand, in promoting your business. And more so, as you put it, people don't like being sold to. I think everyone is so used to being hustled.
When I become more observative, I notice how I dislike being sold to. Because at the end of the day, in my mind, sometimes I know exactly what I want. And maybe I feel you're not offering what I want.
Definitely,
So, but if you can give me what I want, and the only way if you give me what I want is actually looking at your content that you've been creating. Are you educating people who you want to buy your product? It's
really getting your audience to understand what you do. You know, and I always say it's just meeting them at the point of their need. And content marketing is all about investing meaningful relationships with your would-be customers, even your existing customers. You know, at the end of the day, business is a relationship. And if you're able to cut that relationship, essentially that's how you set yourself apart. From every Tom, Dick and Harry who is trying to sell to you something. And you see now in a world where everything has been commoditized, it's really hard to differentiate on products. You know, we are all selling the same thing. You know, but what is that thing that you can invest in that can make you stand out? You know, and that is all about, you know, cutting meaningful relationships with your customers, just understanding their needs, as you put it, educating them, you know, like inspiring them. You know, so that as you build that relationship, you know, more or less you're slowly and unconsciously driving them to making that purchase decision.
decision.
And eventually they'll buy from you because you've invested in them.
Yes.
And so they'll feel indebted to you and they would want to reciprocate.
I think you said something very
Yes.
key, and I would love my viewer to remember that.
Yes.
It's courting your client.
Yes.
It's when you're creating content
Yes.
so that they'll buy from you. It's a relationship. It's a relationship. Wow. So so today we're gonna focus on I don't know what to call this, a sub set of content marketing.
Oh yeah, it's a diverse field.
It's a diverse,
very diverse.
But we want to talk about what we call a buyer's journey. Sometimes I call it customer's journey.
Yeah.
Because Steve, if you might want to collect me,
Yes.
but I know before I make a purchase decision, where maybe I'll give out my cash to get the product or the service, I usually have gone through several stages
Yeah.
before I decide, okay, I'm going to buy from Steve this particular product. I must have gone through different stages. Maybe research to get to know if there are other people who are offering the same product.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about the stages the customer goes through before he buys or she buys from you. And that's what we call customer's journey. And you know what? I have an expert.
You are an expert. You are an expert. You amaze me.
To help me, tackle this topic. And you know what? I have my notebook. You might want to have yours because, man, this is huge. So, Steve, my first question I'll ask is,
Yes, James.
what is a buyer's journey?
Yeah.
Maybe for my viewer to understand. What's a buyer's journey?
Okay, I think I'll just use your words.
Yes.
That you've used to introduce the topic.
Yes.
Well, a buyer's journey is that active research process
Okay.
that a buyer undertakes
Yes.
that leads up to a purchasing decision.
Oh, yeah.
So not so many people wake up in the morning and they say, today I'm going to buy this thing.
Yes.
It doesn't, the buying decision doesn't start at, of course, if you want a packet of milk and you want a loaf of bread,
of course,
you always know where you can get it
Yes.
and you're hungry. But when you consider most products, it takes time before people make up a decision as to, I'm going to buy this commodity, I'm going to buy this television set, I'm going to buy this brand, I'm going to buy from this person and not the other person.
Yes.
So these are considerations that people make, that research and evaluation process that they undertake so that they are fully convinced that at that moment when they make that purchase decision, they'll make the right decision. Meaning they'll end up buying the best product at the best price from the best provider, if I may call it that. So that whole process of going online and Googling, of asking your friend, which phone are you using, which is the best phone, visiting review sites, doing, what do you call it? Window shopping.
Window shopping, yes.
That's what we call a buyer's journey, or some people call it a customer's journey. Some people call it a sales journey. Yes.
Wow. And I think anytime you, my friend, you keep asking me, which is the best phone now? You're actually in that process.
You're in that process, yes. You've already engaged that customer journey process.
Journey again.
Yes.
But maybe the other question, or maybe I'll ask Steve is,
yes, James.
Why does it matter? For me, a person who is selling merchandise, who is selling some services online, who is trying to do something, why does understanding the customer's journey matter?
It really matters. It matters a lot. At the end of the day, there's something you're selling, And for you, your goal is to be able to get it to the right person at the right price and at the right time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's important for you to really invest in understanding your customer needs, And that process of investing and understanding your customer is what helps you now to be able to articulate your selling process.
Your selling process.
Or rather just sit down and map out that customer journey in as far as your product is concerned.
Yes.
Also with the understanding that nowadays consumers are informed. Every day we are inundated with a lot of information. Sure. We are online. Everyone is trying to sell us something, So most buyers are aware of what they want. Some of them may not know exactly who do I buy from, or what is the best price? Am I getting the best deal? So it means they'll be engaged in a process of researching. you know. And so, in fact, there's a statistics that says that 67% of people make that purchase decision before they even show up at your shop.
They've done the research.
They've already done the research. Before they make that sales call and they say, I'm interested in this product, they've already spent time to research and know which is the best product.
Yes.
And so it means if you featured nowhere in that entire pipeline
of research.
of research.
Yes.
If your company did not
Yes.
feature somewhere, you
Yes.
don't have a website, you're not listed on Google, you know, you don't have testimonials or reviews, depending on the nature of your business, then it means you're missing out of this customer research, which sort of like disadvantages you, because now it means that the person who is able to convince this buyer that they have the best commodity at the best price is the one who's eventually going to win.
Yes.
You know? And so that's why it's important to really get to understand. One, understand your buyer. You know, understand your customer, understand their goals, understand their interests, understand their pain points, their problems, you know. And now as you engage in your content marketing, because you see now, the buyer's journey is part and parcel of content marketing. And essentially here you're quoting someone.
Yes.
You know, and quoting happens before you get married. You never show up at a girl and tell her, you proposed. Who does that?
First. You quote
You
first.
quote.
Yes.
You ask her out for a date. You know, you go out on several dates.
Oh, yeah.
You buy her a gift. You introduce her to your friends.
Buy so many coffee.
You know, take her to your parents.
Yes.
You know,
It's a process.
It's a process before you eventually propose to her.
Yes.
So I don't know why in marketing people choose to bypass all that and go straight to the kill and want to propose, essentially.
Yes.
You know?
Wow. I think that's huge, Steve. I think what you said, the fact that if you're not creating content for your product, and remember the customer has to do some research. If you're not appearing in that, you know, research, maybe in Google, you know, the customer won't contact you.
They won't contact you.
There's no details about you. Even if you showed up, there's nothing to prove that actually you're offering valuable and you know what you're selling.
Definitely.
Wow. So what are these stages?
Yeah. Now,
of the customer.
Yeah, like there's a general map on how that process eventually breaks down.
Yes.
And it's characterized by 3 stages.
Okay.
Essentially, there are 4 stages, but mostly there are 3 stages.
Okay.
And these stages are just tied to the state in which the buyer is at. You know, from the start where they have a problem, it all begins with a problem.
Yes.
Or a pain point that a customer is facing. You know, and there are people who may be experiencing that pain and problem, and they don't know that they have it. They're exhibiting the symptoms, but they don't know that they're having.
Okay.
Yes, you know. So it means that person has not even yet identified, doesn't even know about there's such a solution that exists to my problem, you know, or even know who has a solution or who has the product.
Yes.
You know, so at the very top or at the very beginning of a buyer's journey is what we call the awareness stage. Awareness stage. So there's the awareness stage, which is characterized by a buyer now experiencing that pain and experiencing that problem. So they're already aware. I think that's why it's called the awareness stage. They're aware that they're in need of something. You know, so let me just run down through the stages and then probably we can delve more into each one of them. And now the second stage is what we call the consideration stage. Hey, tongue twister. Consideration stage. And consideration stage is where now they understand they have the problem. Now they are looking for viable solutions to their problem. So in that stage, the buyer is solution aware. They know a solution exists and a problem exists, or rather a product exists to my problem. You know, and you can relate this to any type of business. You know? And then eventually there's the third stage, which we call the decision stage. And the decision stage here, the buyer is aware they have a problem. They know there's a solution. So what they are seeking is a provider. So that stage, we call it the provider aware stage. And that's the stage where your name should pop up at the very top.
When you Google,
when they Google, pop up at the very top. Because at that point, the buyer is really primed to buy. They understand they have a problem. They understand that there's an existing solution.
Yes.
And of course, they're in a position to buy. You know, and so at that point is the person who presents them with a product where they feel confident this is the right person. They'll just pull out their wallets and give you the money.
Wow.
Yes. So as you do your content marketing,
yes,
so that content should be able to speak to the different stages that that person undergoes leading up to the purchase. You know? Yeah.
Wow.
So essentially, those are the three broad stages.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Yes.
Because you say that I'm aware.
You are aware.
Sometimes we have a problem.
Yes.
But we actually don't know that we have a problem.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time.
Yes.
Where you go like, wow, I've been struggling with this and
thing.
this, and so there's actually
There's
something.
a solution. Yes.
You get.
Yeah.
And so what I do, because I'm an educated customer, I won't do an impulse buying. I'll go and do a little bit of research, and then I get to know who is who.
Yep.
Wow, good. When it comes to content marketing, now you've understood the process. What kind of content do you create for each stage? Get awareness. What kind of content do you create at that point? Consideration. What kind of content do you develop during that stage? And also, if you know the customer has made a decision, you're looking to purchase, what kind of content do you create?
You are watching The Convo with Dr. Frida and James Wetu. Convo, encouraging conversation that matter.